So I'm getting a tattoo.
What does it say?
It's not gonna say anything.
Why not? What is it?
It's the signs from The Witcher. It's the signs from The Witcher games.
Just a big old dick.
That's not the Phantom Thieves logo, Nick.
I was really tempted.
Is there not like... Is there 4 signs in
Five.
Witcher?
But all I can say is, did you notice, Alex, right, that Nick has mentioned this tattoo now after we saw those professional Beybladers and their sick tattoos?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Their feet.
I'm surprised you're not getting Beyblade written on your arm. Beyblade!
Oh, that'd be a great tattoo.
Or, I think one kid just had a B on his hand, like the back of his hand, just B.
Swans, are you excited to start the Northern Irish Beyblade Association?
I'll be the referee.
Let me tell you, wear some goggles. The shit's a lot more violent.
Yeah, it
Dangerous
looks
as
really dangerous now.
Oh, we'll have to show Han some of the exploding Beyblades after this.
Exploding Beyblade.
They are like
Uh,
actual like danger to society.
they do look really lethal.
So bad they actually need to start putting protective covers over the Beyblade.
Cage match!
Oh yeah, that's right, there's a cage match in the final.
It was totally a cage match at the World Championship.
I feel like the cage wasn't really necessary.
No, it wasn't.
Of course it wasn't.
That was 2012, Nick.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
A good 8 years after Beyblade was relevant.
Hey,
Hey,
It's
there's
still
be a
relevant.
championship every year, man.
Yeah. Like, just because it's not relevant in the UK doesn't mean it's not relevant.
It must really suck when the age limit is 8 to 13 and the 13-year-old turns up and doesn't win. It's like, sorry kid, you're going to have to retire.
It's like, oh man, you you took a chance here and now everyone's going to have seen you do this.
I feel like, though, like, your win rate would go up massively if you can just guarantee that your launch is actually half decent, that it stays in.
The New Zealand kid who instantly dropped his out and then just broke down in tears.
We should just turn this into the Beyblade channel on YouTube.
oh, we'd be amazing.
hey, Beyblade videos get a couple 100,000 views, Hans, so don't joke.
You've heard Blash Bros. This is now Blade Bros. I'm copywriting that.
That's our Beyblade team name. Oh no, Team Wingclaw is our Beyblade team name.
Is it
That's
not
right.
where this started?
Yeah.
Is that where Team Wingclaw started?
Yeah. It's like, there was loads of teams that just took 2 animal parts and merged them together to form team names.
Team Uttertail.
Oh, here we go. I found a thread where someone's asking for everyone's Beyblade team names.
Oh god.
Cyber Evolution. Sadly, the team broke up. Now they play Pokemon stuff.
We moved on.
There's a documentary for you.
One Justice Force 4, all one word.
But there's only 3 of them.
Hey, you saw on the show, there's one substitute.
Mine is Zero Chaos.
Wait, as in yours, Alex, or are you doing...
No.
As in there's like
That's a
no
quote.
chaos
That's a quote.
or
I quoted that.
complete
Funny enough,
organization.
his username is actually Zero, so he's just called it after himself. Waterfall Boy.
Wait,
Well,
what?
I thought
Boy
team
singular?
name. That's one dude.
My team name is the CCBB, but not for the reason you're thinking of.
CBBB.
He doesn't follow that up with anything.
What sort of fucked up shit is he watching that none of us know what that means?
Do I want to Google CBBC? I'm going to Google.
No, we did not want to do that.
This
Showing
guy's was
results for CBBC. That's not what I wanted, Google.
triple beef burgers.
That's really good.
Nick, why is that really good? Explain that to me.
It's just really stupid.
Team Hydro Fire.
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
Triple beef burgers.
Cut that out.
Bum Bum Boys.
That is sponsored by Grindr.
God damn it.
There's like 33 pages of these.
I can't. No, right. We need to start the episode. We just can't. This is a rabbit hole we just can't afford to go down.
Hans, can we rename the channel the Triple Beef Burger?
No, because there's four of us.
You have to be a double beef burger then.
We can name a show Triple Burger. Whenever IY makes a video game themed cooking show for the channel, Triple
Blade
Burger.
Breakers 2. So it's a sequel.
Oh, someone's going to sue.
Alright, let's do this.
The Dark Dragons.
I don't think I'm back.
God damn it, Alex.
They wanted to be the Black Dragons, but because I wasn't black, they...
That's amazing. Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not So Super Bash Burst Presents Game Club for what fuck is it? April? Yeah, it's April 2018.
Or is that the take we're using?
Yep.
Right.
Oh, one tick, Nick.
You can tell that we don't pre-record all these.
Yes, Game Club is back. The monthly video podcast review thing where we take turns picking a game, go play it for the month, and come back and discuss it for your listening pleasure. This month, I picked A Way Out by Haze Light Games. And as always, I am distracting the guard, Nick Davis. Joined as ever by Making a Shiv, Hans Davis.
What about you?
Keeping Lookout, Alex Proudfoot.
What? You never actually make us in that game.
And crawling through the sewage tunnel, IY Chung.
Yep. I love it. I hope people understand what that reference is from.
Oh, don't worry. I'll put up some naked gun footage.
Yes! This month was A Way Out, the co-op adventure game from the creator of Brothers, originally released March 2018 on the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. So, hi is everyone.
I am well. How are you?
I am good.
No,
Right, let's move on.
wait, we always go through this, right? But this game is actually recent.
Yes.
So
This
I
is
assume we don't
arguably
wanna
the most
spoil.
recent game.
No, we're doing spoilers.
okay.
We can't review a game if we're not talking spoilers.
Right.
We're doing spoilers.
Do you know what we could do? Skip until the end of the video. If you don't want spoilers. I mean, you come this far, you can always just skip the rest of it.
Just put
And
a
just go to
time.
the end to see what we think of it.
I want Hans to put a timestamp that's literally 1 second before the actual end of the video. That just says click here if you don't want to hear spoilers.
There you go. That's all you need to do.
Yes, this is arguably, not even arguably, the most recent game we've ever done on Game Club.
Woo!
Yeah, let's celebrate. Woo.
As always, we will discuss how far everyone got in the game, and as this is a cooperative game, with whom?
It was laid out in the last episode who we were playing.
Was it confirmed? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, well,
I know it wasn't.
well
no, it
Hans,
wasn't.
Hans was going on about hating the fact
Yeah,
that I would
I
be
said I
playing
didn't
it.
want to. I
Ah.
said I didn't want to do it with you. Guess how that turned out.
Yeah, so you
I
can't
did it
avoid
with
me,
you.
Hans.
So Hans and Alex, how far did you get in the game?
We finished it.
I didn't.
Spoilers.
No, you finished it. I didn't.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, no, we completed it.
IY and myself, how far did you get in the game?
You know what? I'm gonna let Nick answer this.
Oh, thanks, IY. We finished the game. God, I'm an amazing host.
God damn it, Nick.
What?
Amazing host and an amazing participant for answering that question from the host.
Oh. So good, I could just be a one-man podcast. So as always, I've split this into 3 sections. I have gameplay.
Awesome.
I have story and characters.
Yeah.
I have presentation.
I like that shit.
I have syphilis.
Don't doubt that at all.
So, gameplay. There was a weird lull there. Then I realized, oh fuck, I'm the host. I'm the forward.
And then just 30 seconds ago, I'm the greatest host in the world.
Gameplay. So, A Way Out is kind of weird with the way it does gameplay. It's kind of hard to narrow it down into a specific genre, I think. So, it kind of flirts between doing different things. Like, there's bits where you're doing third-person shooting. There's some light stealth stuff. There is some puzzle solving. So, it kind of does a whole bunch of different things. And I think overall, the gameplay is all very solid. I think I only really had a major issue with maybe one of the gameplay bits, and that was where I had to, as Leo, shotgun out the back of a van while I drove it.
Yes, Alex also had issues with this.
It sucked ass.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
It's not that from what I heard from Alex shouting over the microphone, it wasn't that it controlled particularly well, but it seemed that like there was a set time for when the cars were going to be destroyed. They didn't actually have a health bar. It was just like, there's no point in shooting these because I could pump in like 4 rounds of this, but until we get to a certain point, it's actually not going to stop chasing us.
I don't know, I just felt it seemed very imprecise to me.
Are you using... What controllers? Are you using controllers or mouse and
I
keyboard?
was using a controller.
I was using a mouse and keyboard.
But like, I remember you saying like, oh man, I've shot like this like engine block like 20 times and the car still hasn't died.
Yeah, I was like shooting through the windscreen.
I tell you now, does not pass the shotgun test, this game.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't pass any weapon test, really.
No, like the bit whenever you pick up the weapons from... Did she even get a name? I don't think she gets a name.
I don't think so.
But from the girl, Alex got the rifle and I got the MP40, and I literally was just like, nope, the first chance I got, I dropped the MP40 because the distance was terrible and the damage was terrible, so I swapped it for the assault rifle, which had a little bit better of everything. And it kind of just made me wonder, why the fuck do you have an MP40 if you can get something that is more accurate and stronger? Like, the shotgun makes sense, it's short and powerful, and then the carbine makes sense, it's long distance. But then you have an MP40 and an assault rifle, which pretty much do the exact same thing. But I imagine all the guns kind of feel the same anyway.
Well, I said to Nick that I described the shooting as GTA. It is that kind of like the enemies are just kind of like, just blood bags, and like if you hit them, they're just like explosions of blood, and then it's like, but the bullets don't do anything really.
No.
And like even like I think the reticle is just a dot as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it felt
it's
similar to like GTA, so it did.
There was also no ammo. Did you notice that? Mm-hmm. The only thing, it was like more like a cooldown bar. You still reloaded, but there was actually no ammo counter.
I actually really liked the ammo being on the reticle. I actually thought that was really cool. I thought that was actually like a really nice design choice.
When the whole game splits here and you got to make use of your space, like.
Yeah. I think the shooting was fine. Like I said, it's like GTA, and I don't think GTA has very good shooting.
At the end of the day, it's not really a shooting game.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they kind of like had such a large part of the game be dedicated to shooting, but
yeah.
I mean, well, you say like a large part. It was just the
final bit.
assault on the villa, really. Like, it's not like the entire game you're shooting constantly. Like, it's really just that final result on the villa.
I was worried that as soon as you got the guns, it was like, oh, is this what we're turning into now? But then it's fine, because we got jumped without our guns, so it's okay.
So I will say, on the flip side, I do think a lot of where it gets very co-op specific, the gameplay, I think it's really well done. So the one that really jumps to mind is the chase in the construction site.
Yes.
Where you're kind of chasing the same person, and every so often it'll like swap between, now Leo has like the tail on him while Vincent's trying to find a way around an obstacle, and it ends in like you have to like corner the guy. Like you're kind of, it zooms out to this like a bird's eye view, and you kind of have to corner.
So, just about that chase, there's a bit where he breaks line of sight and used to bust through the door.
Yep.
And there's porta potties on the right hand side, and I straight up went to Alex, I bet she's in that porta potty, and Alex opens it and there's just a guy taking a shit. I was just like, whoops, okay, he's not there.
Speaking of, actually, just this comes to mind. Did you guys see Vincent's penis?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
You
At
could,
the very start of the game.
It's because I'm from the back, technically. Yeah,
you
so I
can
wouldn't see
totally see Vincent's penis in the first scene of the game when he's getting hosed down.
No, like,
I
I was playing Vincent, right? And let me tell you,
too.
as Nick will attest to, right? I was very thorough in what camera angles I could achieve at that starting scene.
Also very thorough in deciding to not go the right way.
Oh yeah. You see, whenever Leo's getting beat up in the yard at the very start, dude, I gotta get to 20 pull-ups, right? I gotta get there.
Oh, Hans was doing the same thing.
it. Yeah,
He was doing pull-ups.
How many pull-ups were you able to do?
I think I got to about 15, 16.
Yeah, and I told him to stop.
then Alex got his ass kicked. I had to save him. So
Because it gets real hard to do those pull-ups.
Yeah, it does. Whenever you...
I did enjoy all the wee mini games, like throughout. Like there's the Connect 4.
They didn't
And
do
We
Connect
did
4,
not
Hans.
find Connect 4.
Oh, it's in the hospital waiting room.
Nah, only thing we did in hospitals was on the wheelchairs. That's all we did.
Oh, yeah.
And there's also the.
Oh, I
dogs
won the
and stuff
wheelchair
that-
thing as well.
Do you know what I didn't enjoy though? Was the arm wrestling because me and Alex spent half an hour trying to beat each other. And that's not a joke. I've checked the footage.
Is it
We spent
actually half an hour?
half an hour trying to beat each other at the arm wrestling.
I beat IY.
Yeah, Nick did beat me.
But then again, I technically beat him, and then we didn't realize I had won.
Yeah, like Alex told us about that.
Yeah,
Your connection kind of weirded out.
Yeah.
So, because for 5 of those minutes, I stopped pressing stuff, and I could still hear Alex tapping the E key, and I was just like, "Huh, I guess the game's broke." I'll just
I
reply
love
to
the
a
way
few
you
texts
didn't
here.
do it for 5 minutes and you didn't tell me.
I responded to a few texts and was just like, "Oh, by the way, this is broken, Alex."
You made me think it was possible to win.
Hey, what other ones are there? There's the arcade machine.
It's like horseshoes.
No, the arcade machine sucks.
Oh, the horseshoes was great.
Nick was really bad at it. I
I
don't know
was
what
really
happened.
bad at
Horseshoes.
horseshoes.
I don't know.
Where was horseshoes?
Beside, when you have to fix up the van,
The truck.
the truck.
The old couple.
Alright.
when you push
Oh,
the van
yes.
down the hill, it like lands beside like another car, so you have to jump start it. There's a horseshoes thing around the side
Yes.
there.
Question about the old couple. What did you do? I think Alex told me, but
We did the same as you. Let out the horses.
right. See, because I said to Alex, I wonder what happens if you go to take them out. route.
And then we dicked around their house for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we did as well.
yeah.
We
Like, I-
jammed on instruments.
But I'm wondering, like, you know, because obviously the police chase happens because they come back to the house and find out their stuff's missing and phone them. But like, if you take them out, do they still somehow get free and
yeah.
phone the police?
I assume
or-
they discover, or they must get free.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
assuming
I don't
that
think
when
they
you
wake
roll
up
the
or
van down the hill and are messing around down there, they manage to get free and call the police.
Because I can't imagine they would cut out that entire police chase.
Yeah, like I don't think there is not actually like choice in this game really, like
Until
you know,
the
it
end.
all
It's like
has to lead to the
Telltale
same bit.
choices. It's like a Telltale game with their choices.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it all kind of still has to end at a certain focal point.
Yeah. Though because I said to Nick that we should let the horses because I assumed you guys would subdue them.
Hans wanted to.
Why would you assume that?
Because you're terrible people.
Hans
wanted
wanted
to be fair, I wanted to take out the old couple.
Yeah. Nick did.
Hans was also wanting to take out the old couple. I said, no, we'll
I
let
think
the horses
I
out.
think there was only 2 occasions where Nick and I like disagreed, and that was that one and the guard in the elevator. Because I was like, why would we leave a body in an elevator? We could just play it cool, and then nothing would happen.
No, took
No,
that guy
we
out.
took him out.
Took
Yeah, I
that
actually
fucker
I
out.
agreed with Alex. I straight up said, "No, fuck this guy. He's getting too suspicious."
Yeah, so we knocked him out.
Couldn't
See,
we just played
one-
it cool. So we actually all did like the same decision. Oh, and actually no. The decision we didn't, Alex told me, was we went over the bridge, and you guys went under the bridge.
That was a fucking disaster.
So Nick was driving, and he got the car stuck
Oh my
the
god!
first time.
Had to like fucking Austin Powers the car.
And then the second, and then the second time, right? There's an option whenever you're driving to floor it, And I just said to Nick at the start, just floor it. Just go. Just go. Start the bridge, just go. And we just floored it.
Because obviously, like, you can, like, you try to, like, gently, like, pull away as if, like, oh, it's just a police car pulling away from the scene. You're police, this is fine. And I managed to get the car stuck. There's a bit where you have to, like, pull in between, like, beside the bus and the railing, and then there's a car parked in front of the bus. So I just went to turn and, like, hit the car, and then went to reverse and hit the bus, and literally just ended up like that fucking Austin Powers scene.
Since we're talking about the vehicle bits, I would say there is one bit of the game which I didn't enjoy, which was the quad or the mountain bike escape at the end.
It was janky on my end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was a latency thing though, but
I don't know. It
The
felt
bikes
very
just felt like they controlled, like, they were very swirly.
yeah, and like the minute, like, and then the minute you weren't on the path, they seemed to slow down. Like, you know, if you weren't on the road, you seem to slow down. But then you're like, but it's an off-road bike, so why is it slowing down if I'm not on the path?
I actually felt the driving. The issue I had, or the fix I would prefer is there is a real sense of speed. Okay, like even in the truck bit where you're being chased by the police, like if the game was just slowed down a wee bit, like you could then react and stuff. Because I felt on the bike bit, I was just like on a rail, and I was just like ricocheting off the walls. Because I couldn't really, like, react with the bike.
Do you know what vehicle section was amazing? The boat.
Oh, the canoe.
That was really good.
That bit can suck a dick.
Do you know... Hey, you weren't with a guy who can't tell his left from right.
That is a fair point.
But no, it was mostly fine. But I thought it was done really well, actually.
So, key question, though. Did you guys fuck up climbing the vent where you have to go back to back?
I fucked up massively.
We fucked up like 3 times.
We developed a system.
And it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was really slow. We were very slow to begin with, but towards the end we picked it up. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I thought... This is an issue I just have with the game in general. Again, I'm not sure if it's a latency thing on my end, but I felt that the game... in any bit where it was, like, simultaneous, like, back-to-back, literally, in that case, like, I felt the game did not take my commands great. Like, that elevator bit, whenever I was trying to do it the first time, I kept pressing it where I thought it was right, and it would just mess up. Like, I messed it up for us, like, quite a few times. But whenever I started pressing, like, a bit early, it was fine. It was absolutely fine, and we did it. And same with, like, the arcade machine, whenever we were playing at the same time. Like, it felt very laggy on my end. But again, I'm not sure if that's the game or not. But of course, you guys had the issue with the arm wrestling. And that sounds like a weird, like, syncing issue. If on one side, like, you think that you've won already, and the other side is like, I'm mashing that E key! I can still do it!
For half an hour.
In the same way, also, the ending of the game, that moment of mashing, on my screen...
Well, for you, it was a moment to mash.
On my screen, Nick was, like, nowhere near. But Nick says he was actually, like, 3/4 of getting it. So I think there might be some...
Are you telling me you both didn't stop dead?
Yes, because we actually cared about the ending. And, like,
hey, we also cared about the ending. It was just the wrong characters we
like,
were
I
playing.
will say, like, the way the ending works is, at a point in the story, it's revealed that Vincent is not who you claim to be, and you split off and are at ends with each other where essentially only one of you can come out of the whole situation alive. So it ends with essentially a shootout.
yeah,
Which is very cool when you can see, like, in theory, 'cause it's still all split screen.
yeah. So you can screen sheet and stuff like that. Yeah.
But you are separated, though.
Yeah,
can't
like
get to the
you
other
are
side.
actually
Yeah.
in separate areas for most of it.
Until the
until the roof.
you finally get to the final bit. Yeah.
So you both have a health bar and you're taking shots at each other, and then when you get to a certain health, like, that health bar essentially will keep ticking down until it gets to certain points. And then when it gets to a certain point, that health bar dictates essentially your ability to mash the X button, or whatever it is, to reach the gun at the end. So eventually you end at a point where, like, a gun gets knocked about your hands, and you're both, like, crawling towards the gun. So whoever has more health has an easier time of tapping X, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, I destroyed Hans, and then we both stopped.
So I will say, playing that properly, that is one of the best pieces of gameplay I've ever played.
Yeah, I thought it was
I think
pretty...
that is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's really clever as well.
Yeah,
but
it was.
I think it's clever for another reason, which is the entire game is about co-op and working together until the end, and then it's completely inverted. It's a one-on-one game essentially. I think that's what I would really like and took away from it.
I'm not sure if I like that bit in terms of just like that thing as a whole. Just the twist is that it's not co-op. Like I don't mind that, but the bit I like with Nick is the whole idea of the layout that they present that bit, which is the whole. There's the chase scene of the helicopter, and then there is the shootout, which is a bit long in my opinion, but like
Yeah.
because God, you take a lot of bullets, right? But like just this tension building up to this moment where whoever won that, it doesn't matter because in real life, that's called it wouldn't matter. It all matters on the last bullet, but then it gives the loser, quote unquote, a chance, even though it's not really a chance. Like, and I think that's like that kind of fake control that you always complain about in games where it's like, I didn't actually have a choice. But this game, I think, presented that kind of fake choice for that player in a really great way. Because you were shot. Like,
Yeah.
I think it did that so well. And
Like, I've never been more invested and never felt more devastated about, like, quote-unquote, feeling a piece of gameplay. Because, like, in that situation, I lost. And, like, I've never been more devastated.
I think we need to discuss the elephant in the room, which is me and Alex. I think
yes, tell the
kind of-
viewers what you guys did.
so. Because of our opinions on how the story played out, I wanted Alex to survive, but Alex wanted me to survive. So, but the thing is, that, like, the way that works is that's other people might do that. Like, we're not that weird. Like, people might think, well, hold on, I think Leo was right, or I think Leo is not as guilty as everyone thinks he is. So when it got to the final point, we were kind of like, maybe there's like a secret third option where both people walk away fine, but there clearly wasn't. And then because I didn't want to kill Alex's character, because I thought he was right, I purposely threw bits of the game. So like the bit where you're trying to chase him down in the boat, I purposely missed every shot because I thought, if he gets to the point on this, that'll be him escaping on the boat.
I actually
then
want
it
to
doesn't
know
equal-
how significant that boat bit is. Let me tell
It's
you,
not.
I was trying, right, to gun Nick down, right? But I could not hit shit, right? It is, and like, I did not seem like I could do much damage to him.
I think the way it is, if you do get the boat down, he would just crash earlier. Like, it would still be the same thing where he crashes
It just plays
into
the
the
cutscene sooner.
oil tanks, but it would just play it sooner. But yeah, so like I got to the point, and the footage will show this. The final point, wherever you get the gun and aim it, I like aim and then stop aiming and then aim back again and then like stop aiming. I think we decided it on the flip of a coin on who was going to win in the end of it, so we did.
Because we both stopped and we both refused to mash the button to go get the gun.
Because we just like I think it's a great and well done ending, but I feel like it does come down to, but hold on, I think my character's in the wrong here, so why should I want him to win? Do you know what I mean?
I don't see that being I don't see that being an issue. It's just I think I don't see many people thinking, I think the other character, like both people thinking the other character. It's like I got so invested in my character because I was playing him the whole time. Like I feel it would have been the exact same if I was playing Vincent.
Oh, that's a good point. Actually, like to actually like the character that was written out for you.
But I didn't though. Because I ended up emoting with both characters. Like, because it's a co-op game, you do feel that sense of camaraderie. So, like, I ended up emoting with both characters.
Yeah,
instead
but
of
I
just
also
mine.
feel like, but on the other side, like, I see why, if I was playing Vincent, I can see why, like, this has to end the way it ended, where in Vincent's case, where Vincent walks away.
But why? Because it wasn't Leo that killed Vincent's brother, it was Henry, and you kill Henry.
Leo's
Yeah.
still a bad guy, though.
But Leo is still a bad guy, and he's trying to kill you.
But Leo's a bad guy, but if he had just let Leo walk away at the end
But
of it...
at the end of the day,
like,
he can't because he's an FBI agent, Hans. That's not how it works.
Like the reason why I stopped as Leo was because Leo was the aggressor at the end.
Yeah.
He's the one that caused that entire chase scene. So, like, if he had to just give himself
Went back
up,
to jail. Yeah.
yeah, they could have organized something there. But the fact that entire chase scene and it was a fight to the death, that's on Leo. So why should I want to side with Leo? So that's why I looked at it and went, well, I don't agree with my character's actions. So why should I win?
So I'm not saying it's a bad ending.
Yeah,
it's
the
a fantastic
ending's
ending.
great. It's just like
It's a fantastic ending and it's powerful, but it's just,
we were playing the wrong characters for it.
and I feel like that could be a flaw for other people as well. I'm not saying like it's a good ending, but there's a bit of a flaw. Just that's all I'm saying. And Alex agrees with me because we're partners. So fuck you guys.
Yeah. Although I reckon if we were the other characters, it would have been a fight to the death, and I would have won. just
Yeah.
Well, we'll never know.
That knife in my back anymore, man.
Do you want to have a look at your health bar at the end there, Hans? You know?
I can see. I know what the health bar was, and you kicked my ass. I'm not denying that.
Ours was relatively close, wasn't it?
I thought ours was close until like the final section.
It was about 3/4 to a quarter. Was the guy was like that's what this was for us.
I think ours was close until we got to the rooftop bit.
Oh, I thought it was more close on the rooftop bit. I thought I thought I only won the rooftop bit because I had a bigger lead at the start. I think is what happened. But like only I walked out of it, right? So I get to tell the story, right? I was 100%, Nick was 0. That's
So hold on, wait, so that means in both our games,
Vincent won.
Vincent won. Okay.
Yeah,
Which is a shame because I wanted to know what the other side was. I'm sure it was the same, but
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah,
It's just
roughly the
Leo
same.
going to Vincent's wife and leaving the letter he wrote in the plane at the doorstep and then walking away.
So we've talked a lot about them. It's probably good to move on to now the story and characters in full. I do think they are all, the story and the characters, I'd say, are all kind of stereotypical of the whole like prison break genre.
Nick, how about you give us a wee summary first? Actually,
Okay, I will give you a wee summary.
paint me a picture.
Game opens with Leo in prison. You've been in prison for a while now. And Vincent, who is being transferred to the same prison as Leo. Leo has been hatching a plan for a long time now about breaking out of the prison and essentially recruits Vincent's help to break out of the prison. Along the way, you find out both Leo and Vincent are in prison because of one guy whose name is Henry. His name was completely blanking for me there. You get out of prison. You essentially find a way to get to Henry and take him out. Then it's revealed that...
Is it not Harvey?
I think it is Harvey. Yeah. Harvey sounds a bit more familiar.
I think this just proves though that I actually think only the two main characters are actually any good.
Hey, I remember the
We'll get
kid's
to
name.
that.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
and Alex.
Yeah, I remember the kid's
He
name.
just wanted to play some basketball.
So yeah, along the way you meet Vincent's family, whose wife literally gives birth during the game. You meet Leo's family, who he's obviously abandoned, and his kid is only just learning that he's actually been in prison and not just away somewhere for like God knows how long. And the story culminates with you take out Harvey, you get the diamond that was stolen, and Vincent turns out that he's actually an FBI agent whose brother was killed during the deal to originally get the diamond, which Leo was involved with, which then ends in a fight to the death between the two.
That was a good synopsis, Nick.
Thank you. So yes, I will say I do think, as I said, they're all kind of stereotypical of the whole like prison break story that gets told in all kinds of media. Like you've got your guy who's been there for a while, a guy who comes in, recruits them. They go through all the tropes of escaping the prison. But I do like. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like it pulls them off really well.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have no complaints either way. I think that some of the side characters has probably been realized they're a bit forgettable. Like I think kind of Leo and Vincent and their immediate families are kind of the only people that really matter in the whole thing.
But what about the assassin who just walks at you with that pistol?
Oh, that is the most hilarious thing.
Sorry. No, Alex had the best thing about this. The cutscene beforehand, Harvey says, "Get our best guy on it." And Alex just straight up went, "Now remember, this is their best guy. I bet you he misses the first shot." He misses the first shot.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, why would you send your best guy, quote, who misses his first shot on assassinating the target.
Why would you send your best guy first? That's
Like,
what
why is your best guy someone who can't shoot?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure your character's backs are turned as well.
Yeah.
like they're like near completely stationary targets, and he still misses.
Put it this way, right? He was their best guy, right? It was a very close struggle. Later on, you do beat an entire villa full of bad guys, just the two of you with guns. So, I mean, he must have actually been their best guy.
I don't know. Nick and I failed that bit, I think, at some point.
Once,
What bit?
The villa bit. I'm pretty sure.
shootout.
Yeah,
Oh, we failed. We failed it.
We
Because
failed once, though.
I accidentally ran too far. I ran out of cover thinking one of the guys was dead. He wasn't dead. He shot me in the face and I died.
I'm just saying, though, their best guy should have been in the back there. And they should have sent one of those guys who did kill us.
Yeah.
He became the new best guy.
Hans also made a brilliant point of we walked away and left the pistol on the ground.
Because you choke him out, and then his silenced pistol's just lying there. And the whole thing up to that point was, oh, we need guns. We're not going to just, And then you walk away, and there's just a pistol lying there. You're like, you're not going to take that.
Can't steal another man's gun, Hans. That's just not cool. Still his gun. Maybe he has named that gun. Maybe it's in his will to be buried with the gun. You don't know this. That man could have a family. He could be in his own A Way Out game. Maybe he survived at the end of his, and this is the life it's turned to. He mashed X more than his partner.
Imagine if every character in that game had their own version of A Way Out and they're all the survivor.
It's like a dog-eat-dog world, man.
Even the kids.
What if we're all just playing our own way out in real life, guys?
Does that mean Nick's my
Think about that.
other bit? In which case...
So it's going to come down to, like, what, you two going to fight for the death over a gun?
But we're just both going to stand there and not actually fight.
Flip a coin?
I actually thought the game, just for the way that it was advertised, or the trailers you guys showed, like, I thought the prison bit was going to be, like, a bigger part of it.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be longer in the prison.
I'm glad it wasn't. Like, I actually like the pacing of the game.
Yeah.
It's just, I just thought it was going to be longer.
I really like the story. Like Nick said, it's a bunch of tropes, but the tropes are done really well. And I always knew... I think we all kind of went to this thinking someone's going to die. Like, there's going to be... Like that'll be the twist, quote-unquote, is that someone's going to die. How are they going to make it surprising? But actually, I was surprised by the fact Vincent was a FBI agent. I didn't see that coming.
Oh yeah, it was a night, like, going into this game, especially the way Brothers ended with one of them dying. Like, I fully went into this knowing, alright, one of us is going to die. And, like, but I think they did it really well to twist that on its head and say, no, one of these is going to kill the other.
Yeah, it did really well to try and make you forget, because you worked together so well throughout the entire thing.
The bromance is there.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Someone caught me a fish.
Oh yeah. Nick couldn't catch a fish to save his life, literally, right? Like I caught a fish, sat down, and was like, I thought, okay, Nick will be done in a second.
Alright.
And
Nick was
then,
not
Nick,
done in a second.
do you want a hand?
Nick
And then I
was
caught
done
a
in
fish.
I caught a fish when I sat down. Hans was having trouble, and he asked me to come over and herd them towards him. So I went over and caught another fish, so I had 2 fish.
And it did not give me one.
But I started the fire.
See, that's what I thought. I thought one of them was going to be, one of them will get the fish, the other one will start the fire. That'll be it. Started the fire, and I was like, sweet, now just wait for Alex. And then he came back, and I was like, so why is the cutscene not initiating? Oh, right, I need to catch a fish too. Right, fuck you, game. Fuck you.
It's alright, Alex. All that time fishing in real life with fishing rods helped us.
It prepared me for that moment to catch 2 fish.
I'm now picturing
With a
Alex and
stick.
Tom fishing now, with them just walking around slowly herding fish, one of them with a fucking spear.
You never know, Nick.
Yeah, Tom's past is riddled with mystery now. We figured that out.
Who won in darts for you guys?
I think Alex did, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I did.
I think I beat Nick in every game except for the 2, in my opinion, that actually mattered, which was arm wrestling and the arcade.
And then I won the basketball.
Hey, I think I beat...
There was no, you did not.
Wait, I dunked on that kid.
Wait, is there even a score in the basketball one?
No, there's not.
I
That's why I said.
dunked on that kid. You're not shit, kid!
Hans missed every time. I did.
That is a lie.
Hans
That's a
missed every
flat
time.
lie.
Hans missed every time.
Alex, I have the footage. Yes, sir. I recorded it. Jesus Christ.
The
No, I
baseball.
think I won the darts.
I also think I spent about half an hour doing the baseball.
Yeah, we
Oh,
Hans
yeah,
started
that's
messing with me when I was doing the baseball.
Why?
Because the space between the back of his character and the camera, and I just walked in between.
Yeah, he just filled it up with
and looked at
himself.
the camera. Because if you walk in between the pitcher and the character batting, they stop throwing, but it doesn't stop throwing if you walk in front of the camera.
Nothing else in story and characters, no.
No, it's just really good.
So the final thing I want to talk about is the presentation and how this is a cooperative only game. So I'd say a good 95% of this game is done split screen. And I want to discuss about how I think the game does it so fucking well.
Yeah.
So,
The
so good.
hospital,
Yes.
Specifically,
Specifically in my notes I mentioned, that hospital escape scene is literally
yeah,
so well directed and put
unbelievable.
together. It's fucking insane.
that 2D fighter corridor.
That was weird.
that bit was a bit weird.
That's weird.
Where it suddenly became fucking Streets of Rage.
I think the best bit was it took me and Alex a wee while to get that chase going because I had to stop recording for whatever reason.
Oh,
But
you had to go for lunch.
but whenever you pause it, because it's a co-op game, the game doesn't pause. So when you start on the stairwell, I paused it, and then the police officer just ran up, punched me in the face, and we failed the mission. So that was good. But yes, no, that between like all the sweeping camera shots and then like going through air ducts in between the
Yeah.
characters and just everything about that chase scene is just unbelievable.
Like, if you want to,
That
like,
is-
show off this game to someone saying, here, look at this fucking cool thing, show them that scene.
that needs to be their E3 demo. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, if they'd show that as their E3 demo, that game would sell gangbusters.
And that's one of the rare moments where the game isn't actually split screen, and I think when it is split screen, it's still really well done. Like, a lot of games, when you do split screen, you do feel like you're losing a lot of the game, but when you're just, since, probably because this game was designed from the ground up for split screen, I never felt like it was a hindrance or anything. I will say, there was one time, I think, where it went to, like, horizontal split screen instead of vertical, and it really, like, confused me.
Yeah.
But, like, I think the game really works in split
The
screen.
most annoying bit about the split screen was in the hospital. Whenever Vincent is going to see his child, he closes the door and Leo goes out. I sat down to throw some cards, right? And as I was throwing cards, Hans triggered something. So my screen
thing,
went
yeah.
away, so I couldn't watch myself throwing cards anymore. That was really disappointing.
I think I was like repeatedly putting money into a vending machine, and you could still hear me like banging in the background on the vending machine during the cutscene.
I say like the fact you said like it because it's been designed from the ground up for co-op. There was actually like a lot of nice little touches that I noticed. Like, so say if both people are talking to a person, your audio will go up while your partner's audio will dip, and I thought that was a really, really nice touch, so that you're not just like hearing a wall of noise.
And even just like when like it suddenly like reached like resizing both panes to say, all right, maybe you're not doing something as important right now, so let's focus on the other character. Like, it's really subtle, but it's really effective.
I don't know if it's subtle
Yeah.
because missing half my screen
Yeah, no,
is
it's not subtle at all.
But like it's not like it's like bang, it's like suddenly you're on it. Like, it does very slowly
Yeah.
like fade into the other one. It's not like bang, cut straight and just like suddenly you have half a screen, quarter of a screen.
I know a lot of people always complain, like, you know how everyone always says, "Oh, this game is not as good as it could because it doesn't have multiplayer," right? And then people are like, "Oh, but you know, split screen's a bad thing." You know, people don't want split screen; they want just like online multiplayer.
Yeah.
But like this game being designed with that split screen in mind, as you guys have said, like how well it's been implemented, I think it really like revitalizes the idea of split screen and
Oh, yeah,
like a
undoubtedly.
game of co-op. Like, of pure co-op. Like, I haven't actually had this much fun in, like playing something like this in a while.
Can I just ask Hans something? Was it as
Okay.
bad as you thought it would be with me as your co-op partner?
No, you because there wasn't as much time or opportunity for you to be a dick.
Yeah, like, you can't actually grief each other in this.
No.
You can
No.
the best.
Which again is probably goes to them thinking, building up from a ground as a co-op. Like,
Yeah.
okay, how do we stop people from being dicks to each other?
Can we commend them on how ballsy it was to literally release a cooperative only game with no like matchmaking?
Yeah.
That takes balls in this like day and age.
But do you think? I hope not, because I really like this game. But do you think that it's going to cost them money in the long run? Because not everyone will have a friend that they can play this with.
I don't think so, especially with the 3 copy, like being able to play with someone who doesn't own the game. I think that will save them a lot of hassle. Because if you can say to someone who you're only passively friends with, to say, "Oh, here's this co-op game. If I buy a copy, do you want to play through it together?" It's not going to cost you anything apart from your time.
Like, not to be like, obviously this is really like making an assumption, right? This is like throwing it out there, but like, surely if you're a person who like would be willing to play a game like this with a random person, surely you're probably a person with a friend who could like, because you're not going to play a co-op game if you're not the kind of person who would,
No, there's going to be circles of like our groups that game together. So
Yeah, I suppose. No, it was just a thought. It was something I'd always thought about, because it's co-op only. I hope it doesn't do itself out of money, because like this is like, without getting to the conclusions or anything.
game of the year conclude. You're right, it is game.
I would absolutely love for this to start up a new trend of co-op games again. Like I really love
I
it.
would-
Good
I would
news,
agree.
Hans. The director has already
Wow.
confirmed he's started work on his next game. He's not said it's if it's going to be a co-op type game, but he has already said the studio has started work on their next game.
That's good.
I would love like this to be like their thing. I like just the choreography of like those scenes. Like, it was just so cool.
Well, I'm curious to see what they're going to do next, because Brothers was really cool, and the fact that you play 2 characters with 1 controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be you play 4 characters.
Hey,
On one controller.
hey, let me tell you, Amy and I played Overcooked with 2 on 1 controller. Right, like splitting that shit.
So you both played 2 characters?
You can, I think. No, wait, no, you can't. No, you can't do that. But like we played because Amy's
Oh,
friend
on
was
one-
over, and we had
okay.
only 2 controllers, so we like split a controller.
Hey,
really
Hans and I
weird.
played through brothers splitting a controller.
Yeah, we did
But
actually.
you're not supposed to, though, right? That's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
you're
Is that
not.
just-
Hans and I had to sit there like holding a controller between us on the sofa.
We were uncomfortably close to each other. And then whenever I died, I stopped talking, so Nick had to play in silence.
No, I'm just like really curious what the evolution's going to be, because Brothers was a fantastic game with a fantastic concept. This was a fantastic game, like bringing back and like adapting like the co-op concept, like the co-op split screen concept. So I'm just curious to see what their next thing's going to be, because they seem to be all about the dual characters.
Yeah.
like this game really made me sort of ask, like, oh, are there any other games like this? Thinking about it now, and it's like,
The only thing similar is Screen Cheat.
But it's still a versus. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a
last
versus
bit
thing.
of the game.
yeah, like the
But it has the split screen.
like, all I can really think of is like, oh, Lego games, right?
Yeah,
But it's like that's not really what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I think this is, I would say, spoilers, arguably the second best game we've ever played on Game Club.
Great time to put a spoiler, man.
What would be the first?
Undertale.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Right. Okay.
I think all in all, this is a really good package, and like I've been praising this game to you guys on work who I know play games together, and saying like you need to be on this. It's fucking great for a cooperative thing. It's unique in so many ways. It's such a cool experience playing through it in like an entirely split screen game. All the co-op stuff works really well, and it has a gripping ending if you play it right. Hans and Alex. Hans, final thoughts?
I really like this game. It was a lot of fun.
But would there have been an
Like, we
extra really if you weren't playing with Alex?
Maybe no. I don't know.
What?
I think we've always kind of said as a rule, like, it's always a lot more fun to play a game with friends. But like, the fact that this was specifically designed in a way to be played with friends actually made it even better than just a game that has some slapdash co-op. So yeah, no, I love the story, I love the gameplay, I love that you can play it with friends. I would recommend this to absolutely anybody who has a friend, and if you don't have a friend, I feel sorry for you, but also go out and get a friend so you can play this game.
This game was just simply amazing. Like, the whole co-op concept. It was great to see it back. Like, there's not very many games that really pull it off just to the degree this game did. So yeah, just fantastic game, love it. Everyone should play it.
I'm gonna say it was the best of the rest of Game Club games. Right?
Nice.
Dude, Ghostbusters.
I was just about to say that.
Shut up, Hans.
Wow.
No, I think just from concept and then like the actual product at the end, like it was really good, and you know, like giving me a chance to shoot Nick and have it mean something. Like no other game's given me that.
So all in all, glowing praise all around for A Way Out. Get on it, people. Support cool game ideas. However, before we leave you for April and go into May, yeah, so that's the way months work, we have one piece of business. Alex Proudfoot, show me your game.
Well, I was thinking about it, right, and I was tempted to go down the route that me and Hans did at the end, where I would decide during the show with a coin flip.
Oh.
But I decided that is a cop-out.
Yeah, your ending was a cop-out, wasn't it?
Yeah, I agree. We should have been playing the opposite characters. So I've just simply picked a game. And funny you should say cool, Nick, because it is in fact Icy.
Oh, the game's called Icy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
game
yeah.
is called
Okay,
Icy.
I've heard
yeah.
of this game. Yeah, okay.
Wait, but you
I
just
haven't.
said it's like your ending, so you should have swapped it. So what was your other game then that we should actually be playing?
The choice was going to be the remake of Tomb Raider. Because, you know, the movie came out, but I didn't want to jump on what Hans and Nick do and pick relevant games to, like, other events.
Wait, so what's this called? Icy?
Icy.
Icy. Yeah.
ICEY, I believe. It's, let's call it like Dust. It's like that kind of 2D.
From what I know, it is Dust with a Stanley Parable.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. I don't.
Like, it's got like an unreliable narrator / voice talking to you the whole time. So yes, join us in May where we play through Icy. But for now, it is a goodbye from Hans.
Have a good one.
Goodbye from Alex.
See you later.
Goodbye from Iwi.
I don't think that's how you spell icy.
Goodbye from me. See you next time.